Yo, what is up, guys? What is poppin'? We're back with some ITL Season 8 content. It's week 2. We're facing our buddy Eric, longtime friend of ours, longtime ITL and NPL contender for sure. Very solid player. We had a bunch of pretty solid matches in the past, and yeah, he's in our division this season. First time I think we have him in our division in like all our leagues. Like we never, like usually we played like once a season or like never. Like we had a couple of matches, but never like twice a season in the same division or even the same conference sometimes. But this time he's in our division, should be fun. He has a pretty fucked up team, but so does pretty much everyone in ITL. Lots of busted squad. But as you see, he has the Mega Kang, he has the Tapu Lele, he has Z Inferno, he has Mamoswine, he has Skarmory, and he has Serena. Pretty much the six I expect him to bring. Serena was the wildcard in my opinion. Could have been like Jellicent, could have been Tyrantrum, could have been Swallow. But yeah, those were pretty much the six that I expected. You see a Conkeldurr and the Dusclops on my squad. I made some changes after week 1. Picked up Conk, picked up Dusclops, picked up Tyranitar, and I dropped like Swampert, Mandibuzz, um, and Alolan Ninetales. So no Veil for us anymore. I never, like in my entire life, my entire career, this like spans like over 300 matches or something. I brought screens like maybe once, so I felt like yeah I wasn't bringing Ninetales at all anyway. So I was like fuck it. But the team that I brought is pretty cool. I would say I like to build a lot. It's kind of heat, but overall pretty solid and does its purpose. It's a Flame of Conk, Drain Punch, Thunder Punch, and two coverage moves that I have. I don't want to reveal too much on my team because like there will be a rematch versus Eric, so can't go too much in depth. But this is Adamant Conk, pretty nice break over Sim. So is Mega Mawile. We get a nice player of Mega Maw. With a lot of Spadef max HP, it's pretty much my Lele check. Switches into Spec Psych fairly well. It's not 2-hit KO'd if I'm Mega Evolved after Rock, so that's clean. But yeah, it's a pretty solid break. I can 2 KO, or like can 1v1 Skarmory because Skarmory can't touch me. That's clean. Intimidate before I Mega Evolve is pretty clean too. Helps me switch into Kang, and Serena potentially has me check a potential SD Skarm, but I don't think that will come. Dusclops, new member on the squad. It's a Hex Will-O-Wisp set, pretty standard. I might have Trick Room on there to support Kong and more, but maybe I've not. Maybe on Rest Talk or something. But Hex pretty much hits his entire squad, prevents like Lele from setting up a substitute versus me and then go for Calm Mind, so I can just freely spam Hex. And if he goes for a sub, I break it with Hex, and then he like goes for Calm Mind. On the next turn, I can Will-O-Wisp and then break the sub even if he's at +2. So yeah, that should work out well for me. It's mostly Fizzdev to check Kang. I can't really touch Kang too much, but I can Will-O-Wisp it, so it's not too big of a deal. And the Willowed Kang can't break my team. I can, like, if he's Willowed, I can potentially even go hard into Conkeldurr and take like 40 from a return or 35 or something, and then like fire off a big Drain Punch to get some health back from whatever wants to come in. Superior has Knockoff and Glare this week, obviously Leaf Storm. The last move I like is a pretty heat move, but I can't reveal it just yet. I might use it again in the rematch, but it's a pretty neat move. Knockoff is pretty cool to remove lefties from Scam, to like get rid of a boosting item on Lele or a Scarf on or an Assault Vest on Serena. If it's like AV Serena, I can like just knock it off and then open up Manaphy, and open up my Superior as well. Like Superior, if I get rid of the Skarmory, Superior looks pretty threatening. And obviously if I get rid of the AV on this arena, but also like Glare just helps out Mawile, helps out Kong, helps out Driller, helps out Manaphy. Like just the speed control is nice. Obviously I don't want any yellow magic to hit my opponent too much, but if I get it, I take it. So Manaphy, pretty standard set. Tail Glow 3 attacks with the Waterium Z for the Surf. Pretty standard. Enough speed, like max speed, max special attack pretty much. So I speed her with Kang and outrun Lele guaranteed. And the Driller set is pretty like it's pretty standard, I would say, but it's kind of neat because we got a Brave Driller here with 14 speed IVs, which allows me to underrun, underspeed Skarmory and pretty much get a slow spin off versus this fucker. Or like catch him on a roost with the Earthquake and do like 80 to it. So that should be neat, especially if I knock off the lefties. If I catch him on a roost once, I can like pretty much spam Earthquake and keep it low for Superior, for Kong, for Maw, which is pretty helpful. I also got Rocks there, Rapid Spin, and Iron Head, like pretty standard, but will function as a solid lead and a solid check, I felt, to the Tapu Lele and to the Kang. Unless it's Power Punch, I can like pretty much spam Earthquake versus this. If he's max HP, I think I 2KO with Earthquake from full, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. I decided to lead off with my Drill. Felt like it's the best lead versus everything. Maybe I get a Baryon here or a Sash, so even if he leads like with one of his threats in Memo or Lele or Infernape, I can pretty much just click Rocks. And like, if he's not Scarfed on Ape or Lele or Memo, he's pretty much inclined to switch out anyway, so, and bring out his Skarmory. Skarmory is no drawback for him, so shouldn't be too big of a deal, so I can just like pretty much force anything out turn 1 and set up my Rocks. And Rocks will pressure his Lele, his Ape, like pretty much his entire squad. He doesn't really have a Rock resist, which is pretty clean. But yeah, we lead off with the Drill as Eric leads with Infernape, and I'm just going for the Rocks here. If he stays in, I'm very much likely to live a hit, and if he switches out, Skarmory comes in, and he will reveal Defog or not. I probably think he does not have Defog. He's probably gonna have Roost, Stealth Rock or Spikes, Brave Bird, and probably Whirlwind to prevent setup from Manaphy or from Mawile, which would make a lot of sense. So I go for the Rocks as he decides to switch out. So scouting for the Scarf. I still could be Scarf, obviously, but now I reveal the Iron Head, so I can't be Scarfed. And yeah, Skarmory outruns me, shows the lefties, and yeah, shows to be Fist Death because it only takes 13 from Iron Heads, but Death would have taken up to 20. So he warrants me out into Superior, which is pretty much the worst money could have got me out. But I just knock, thinking he is probably likely to get up his Rocks again. So I get rid of the lefties, which helps Drill 1v1 this thing pretty much. And now I'm going for the Glare, thinking that he is probably going to expect the Drill coming in again to spin and click the Whirlwind. And if I Glare this, Mawile and Conkeldurr outspeed, which is pretty huge. So I go for the Glare. If he Brave Birds here, he does like up to 80, but I don't really need HP on the SERP. As long as it can come in and glare something late game, or click a Leaf Storm on a locked in, like on a potential ban at Mamoswine, or click Knock on a Serena, click Glare on Ape, click Glare on the Lele, I'm good. Like Superior, well, is nice in the matchup, is not like that super useful because he has 2 very solid resist to my stab. So yeah, I'm not like too like, I can't play it recklessly a little bit, so that's clean. I go for the Glare. I see he goes for the Whirlwind, gets me out into Conk, and I'm like, yeah, Brave Bird is no way Brave Bird is killing me, so I can't fire off the Thunder Punch. If he gets parried, that's great. If not, I don't care. Goes for Brave Bird, the 60, puts him at 14, so he can potentially wish it up again with the Kang, but I can just fire off a Drain Punch for some free as recovery. I predicted him to really go out into the Lele, which I felt like was his best play. If I go for the Thunder Punch, yes, I do over 50 with the Rocks, but he threatens me out for sure. I could have packed the Facade on the set, which would have knocked out Skarmory and pretty much every other mon that wanted to come in. So Lele would have been pretty risky, but I don't think like Serena, because like this Serena shows to be an offensive variant and looks to be Scarf to me. Really felt like this was most likely a set, and now now like it's pretty much useless and can't check my Manaphy anymore because it's dead to Rocks. So that's pretty good for me. I can just switch out here. Like I contemplate going into Dusclops to prevent a spin block, but I feel like he could knock here, which would have been annoying because then I lose my Eviolite. obviously. So I feel like Marwell is the best mid-round play. If he goes for power whip, he does like 30 after the Intimidate if he's adamant, or not even, like maybe 25 or something. But yeah, I can just like fire off a play rough afterwards and get rid of it. So I decided to go into Maw, get the Intimidate off, take the Rocks chip, take the U-turn chip. I'm at 89%. This U-turn is 5%, so it looks to be adamant Serena, which is a clean bring because guaranteed all-cost mana fee if I'm offensive. It all-cost drill, it all-cost Tita, so pretty smart bring in my opinion on his end. And Infernip comes in, and at this point I'm like, if Infernip is like Swords and Nasty Plot with a Z move, I'm in big trouble kinda because I don't really have a switch into that, or not a revenger for that. I could potentially like go into Dusclops and then like sack it if he goes for the setup here, and then like glare it with Serp and then revenge it with Driller or Manaphy, but that would cost me 2 mons to revenge 1. And if I stay in with Mawile here, Mawile is my check to Lele, but I still got a healthy drill. I still got Serp that outspeeds and can glare it. I still got Manaphy, which always lives a hit. I still got Dusclops at full. So I'm like, I don't necessarily need Mawile to be around for Lele because I still can check it if need be. Maybe I have to play a sack game, but it's not too big of a deal because I kind of have more sacks than him because like 2 of his mons are essential sacks. So Skarm is pretty much dead to Rock, so Serena. So I'm pretty much, if I remove this Infernip or if I prevent this from setting up, I'm pretty much like still 5-4 in my head because if Mawile goes down, I still got Kong, Klops, and Serb, Manaphy, and Drill, but he doesn't have Serena anymore, and he doesn't really have Skarmory. And if he goes for a setup in the face of Mawile, I will be up essentially 6-3. So I was like, yeah, this is a risk I'm willing to take. I don't outspeed anything on his team at the moment with Mawile besides the Skarmory, and Skarmory is pretty much dead to whatever I send in. So yeah, I'm like, fuck it. Doesn't really matter. If he is special, I'm pretty much guaranteed to live a Fire Blast unless he's like Life or Specs. But if he's like just Scarf Fire Blast or something, I'm guaranteed living it. So I decide I stay in. If he goes for Flare Blitz, I can live it depending on his item, but it's definitely a roll in his favor. But if he's like mixed with no attack investment, I live a Flare Blitz too, so that's clean. Anyway, he goes for the Fire Blast. I miss on 6, and I knock it out with the player off. So I got a big threat out of the way, which is pretty solid. Lele comes in. I could go into Excadrill, but I felt like if this Calm Mind, it goes ham or goes for a substitute, or whatever on my Mawile, trying to like potentially get a dodge. I'm better off staying in and try to get chip on, and he revenge me with the Psychic, and I'm like, oh, it's Life Orb, that's bad, because Life Orb knocks out Drill with Focus Blast, so I'm pretty much forced to go into Surf and click Glare here, or Knock, but yeah, Glare is for sure the best play. No reason for me to click anything else. If I had Substitute on the set, I would have clicked it here because the Serena sack is so obvious. But yeah, I don't care, like, Lele is a threat, I gotta respect it, so I'm going for the Glare as he sacks Serena, and now my mana fee looks clean because I know Lele can't outspeed me because not Scarf. I probably outrun Mega Kang because Mega Kang, like a bulky-ish variant, is way better versus me than a full offensive variant. I don't think he would run Jolly to speed her with Manaphy when he pretty much needs Adamant to break my team, or like needs Spit Death investment or Fist Death investment to wall a bunch of my mons. So I feel like this is slow Kang, and Manaphy, if I can set it up on maybe Mamoswine if it's locked in, or maybe on the Skarmory, I'm in a good spot. So I switch out to my Dusclops, my designated counter. Angry Johnny making his debut. Frisk the Kangaskhan Knight, obviously. He goes for the Wish. Now I would click Hex here because I don't want him to wish up Skarmory again. With Skarmory around, or like at 50 again, or at 60, my Excadrill can't really do much. Versus the other 3, Excadrill is pretty solid, especially if I set up a potential Trick Room with the Dusclops. So or like if I just glare stuff with Superior. So I'm like, yeah, I have to Hex here. Even if he stays in and crunches me, it's not too bad. I can recover up on this thing with the rest or the Pain Split, whatever I have, and go from there. And then Willow on the next turn or something. But yeah, he goes into Scam, and I catch him with the Hex, and Scam is gone, which is nice. My boy Dustclaw's getting a kill. It's a fat motherfucker. Now Mamoswine comes in, guaranteed to click the knockoff, so I will go into my Conkeldurr because Psychic Terrain is gonna run out, and I can potentially click the Mark Punch on this next turn. I lived the knockoff, and it does 24% or 23%, and I'm like, yeah, what the fuck? Like, I calculate, and this is Adamant Bandit or Jolly Bandit. I don't know, could be both. Could be a low Adamant roll, high Jolly roll, but it looks Adamant Bandit to me, which pretty much fucks me up because I don't really have great Mamoswine switches. I gotta Rotom Heat on the squad, which deals with it fairly well, but this, like, Rotom Heat doesn't want to take a knockoff or a Stone Edge from Bandit Mamo. So it is a threat, but because he locks himself as a knockoff, I'm pretty much got a free Thunder Punch here. If he stays in, I go down to the knockoff, but this gives me free setup with Manaphy and a guaranteed win. If he switches out into Lele or Kang, I can like Thunder Punch into Mark Punch into on the Kangaskhan, or like just get massive chip off on the Lele. Like with Rocks and Thunder Punch, he either is going down or he's down to 1 life of hit. So either way, I either like win with Manaphy here, or I get rid of Kangaskhan or Tapu Lele, which is huge. So I just stay in, and he goes for the knockoff, risking the Mark Punch, which is a smart play in my opinion. But now I can go into my Manaphy, set up a Tail Glow, he goes into Kang, plus 3 Surf to max HP Kang does 73 min. If he is Spadef, and clicks Protect here, Hydro Vortex into Surf kills are guaranteed, so there's nothing he can do pretty much to stop it. And I just burn my Z here. If he scouts and switches out, he's in Surf range anyway after the after the Rocks chip. If he's max HP, max Spadef, and like scouts for it, sacks Mamoswine for example, goes back into Kang, wishes, I can like just wishes on my Surf and lives it. He has to protect, and I can just Tail Go up again to remove the Kangaskhan. So there's really nothing he can do here. He doesn't go for the protect. Wouldn't have made a difference anyway. I bopped this Kangaskhan, and my Manaphy will be able to clean up this game. So GG to my opponent. I reviewed the Shadow Ball here. I don't even know why. Pretty soon, but GG to Eric. He like brought some threats, but I think risking his Serena on my Conkeldurr that early was probably a mistake, because that opened up Manaphy a fuck ton. Also, like, I got lucky kinda that he was special Infernape instead of physical, because that removed the big threat, and like Infernape could have like revenged and like kind of weakened Manaphy with a Z Focus Blast or Z Close Combat or whatever. So his big revenge was for Manaphy just let go too early, which probably was a mistake, but still was a fun game. We improved to 1-1 after catching the first loss of the season to George in week 1, but now we're back on track. Was a solid match. I think our prep was pretty solid and did what it needed to do. And yeah, next week we are going to face Sky. Our buddy is also in our division. Eric, myself, and Sky are all 1-1 after week 2, so yeah, win next week would be pretty important, and I hope I can get it. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed, let me know, leave a comment and a like, and I catch you in the next video. See ya.